Good evening once again, folks. This is Darth Ravage07 coming at you guys tonight with another quick video review. I just wanted to get this one more team shot here of Kingdom and Universe together. You have a couple of Kingdom items there. Those guys can carry over into Kingdom because they're on the back of the packaging. She's on the back of the packaging from Earthrise as well. RC, Kingdom, and then you got some studio series in between Megatron and Galvatron having their thing in Earthrise. There's one other third factor here that we got tonight, and is the last of the big figures on the Kingdom side, and then got one more Kingdom figure, or one more studio series that's big like this last Kingdom figure. We have none other than Kingdom Megatron from the Beast Wars, as you can see here on the box. And this is a huge flipping box. I almost barely couldn't get it in frame. And I'm going to go through the artwork again one more time here. There's an awesome looking Megatron in his beast mode. There's Megatron in all his robot mode's glory right there. You can see the Nemesis is crash landed as well in this background. But I think this is the culprit in the Megatron's of who's more sinister. There's none more sinister than this Beast Wars Megatron here. Slash Kingdom Megatron here. And again, there is his beast mode, 27 to robot mode. I was trying to look for his little WFC-K insignia, but I don't see it right away. And on the top of the box, oh, there it is. It's on the top of the box. It's WFC-K10. He is a Predacon. He has the golden disc stuff, and I think that's what they're trying to dial us into. That technology there. Get ready, folks. It's going to be a wild ride come May. They finally got the release date for May 30th instead of June 30th. So, looking very forward to the conclusion of the War for Cybertron trilogy on Netflix. That said, let's get him out of his packaging, his plastic prison, and go through his accessories and what have you. His beast mode, his robot mode, and thanks again for watching. If you guys haven't done so below, click down in there and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Drop a comment, click a like, and if you like this video, it goes a long way to help the channel grow. Thanks again to all those who have done so. 163 at the making of this video. Thank you again. Here in a nutty kind of way inside of his plastic prison, they have a golden disc there. That's actually the card that's hiding behind it. And it's hiding like right here in his flap. With the golden disc there, but it's just another one of those Optimus with the Dead Universe cards. And that little thing I was telling you about with the deluxes. Well, there's nothing hiding there in the leader. So I was just trying to help you out with that. Be careful when unpacking from the back, because he's got a bunch of kibble sticking to the back here. Let's keep cutting him loose from his plastic prison though, and release the beast. Bear with me a second more. And here is the Kingdom Megatron instruction sheet, depicting those steps that I said mentioned earlier. And just got to get him all the way into that purpley beast mode there. Give me a second, two more. And here is Beast Wars or Kingdom Megatron in his big purple T-Rex form. And we'll take a quick spin around the block there and let you see all the gappage and stuff that everybody was very consistent on throughout, and I'm consistent with their opinions too. This shouldn't have been. This should have been. I know what they're trying to go for, trying to give it a more realistic feel and some scale and some detail. But what they've done have made a really kind of gappy mess. especially if you go up and down the back there on Megatron. And maybe I did it wrong or transformed it wrong, but I mean, I did it as good as I could tell to the instructions. And whining shall avail you not, human. Yes. So I'm not too terribly disappointed in it, because they did give us an updated version of Megatron. And speaking of updates of Megatron, here's what originally inspired this purple dinosaur T-Rex. Hang on 1 second, please. Here is the original inspiration for the updated Megatron. It is this guy right here, and from 2021 to back in 1997 or 96. I bought this in 97. I bought him and Optimus Primal. They were, and Scorponok was on my first trip to Toys R Us when I started collecting again after watching this new Transformers show called Beast Wars. I was like, "Are you crazy?" I was like, they wouldn't ever do the animal thing, but yeah, they did do the animal thing, and I'm glad that they did, because I wouldn't be doing all this today without watching that show and getting into it again. What was really cool versus this one's got play features inside of the robot mode. This one actually had some play features outside of that. You had this little snap open, this little thing, his throat was removable. You could fill it up with water, and every time you do this, it would snap and spray or do the laser blast. It would do like a stream of water. It was really cool. Another cool thing that he had on this was these hips pop out to the side, and it's part of the transformation too. And fires off these hip rocket cannons. He's got kind of like a homage to that over there. And the next homage to Megatron, or how he's transcended into this. One moment, please. Went back a couple of weeks later. It was season 2's firing up. They had some new Optimus Primal and Megatron. Well, this is him in his transmetal mode that he got upgraded to. And Megatron, at that time was like, "I have a change for the better." Yes. He's always had a penchant for intelligent conversation, and he had one other mode here. A rollerblading flight mode T-Rex with the old, Transformers insignias where they hold your thumb to it and you can see what it was, and you can see as a Predacon right there on the side of his leg. Yes. I don't know if I can get in on it. But like, you just hold your thumb to it a minute or two, or a second or two, boom, there it is. So you had the Predacon symbol there on his leg. And here's another version of him. When the Beast Wars 10th anniversary came out, they had him and Optimus Primal in these newer Trans-Tech looking kind of, original homages to the original purple, T-Rex mode. And he had some gimmicks that were from Cybertron, that he shoots off like a butt missile out of the tail there. And there's your quick look around the block there at that thing. And it says they were mega size. All the Beast Wars 10th, they kind of did the mega size kind of thing. So for the him and Optimus Primal, and both him and Optimus Primal came with he came with the Predacon shit for the Beast Wars, and Optimus Primal came with the Axelon for the Maximals. So with all that said and done, let's get these guys into robot mode, finish off with some final thoughts, and thank you again for watching this little quick review of the Kingdom one, to show you where he came from, how it evolved into the figures you see before you did today. Thanks again for watching. One moment, please. And here is Kingdom Megatron in his robot mode. And back in the days of Beast Wars before the year 2001, their activation code for the Maximals was Maximize, and then for the Predacons it was Terrorize. But it's going to be neat to see how they handle that in Kingdom in May, if they keep that activation code for transformation, because Anyway, we're going to stop talking about that, but I hope they don't change too much stuff, because that was part of the thrill of watching them transform, and they would do their thing. Let's just zoom in on the head of this guy, because it is phenomenal. Let's go right here. Take a closer look at that noggin. And right up here on the top of it, he has a Predacon symbol, just like he did back in the Beast Wars 10th. If you watch the show, that is the show head spot on. I mean, this is a really, really nice version of Megatron all the way around, guys. His articulation's hampered, obviously, by the different rubbery kind of bits and parts, and the same thing other reviewers are saying. I'm right with them on. It's a nice idea, and this is still a great figure, but just be aware of the different clearances and stuff. Like with getting this back in there, the rubber things are going to be kind of aggravating, and I may end up doing some modifications of my own where I shave a little bit off of here and make it where it can clear it. I can see myself just getting drove crazy with that. This is still a really great figure. Transforms really great, even better than his original predecessor. Similarities aplenty. These things are oversized hip rockets, where these are smaller, little like pew pew bang bang kind of still shooting from the hip. These things launch really good, like a black missile out of this. And if you got the Beast, they had a color of this called T-Rex. Had the same plate features and stuff. The reason why it doesn't look like Megatron's head is because on the first figures they had these mutant heads, and you simply had to split them open to reveal the more show accurate head. And that is what that looks like on that Megatron. That's all said and done. Here's the next rendition of Megatron. And while the original was ultra class size, and it's $30, this was $50 a liter class, and it's still just ultra class size. There's the proof in the pudding. I mean, he's got a fatter head, he's got a skinnier head. But this is true and show accurate to Megatron in the show, and that's what's so cool about him. And he could also access a partial part of his transmetal thing, and he had a really creepy instance where he went up on his rollerblades and he would skate around the room. And the one thing I could never do, I don't know if you guys have ever inline rollerbladed or skated on roller skates, period, I could never go backwards with it. But people in the show even had that hat tip back to the 80s, and the backwards skating thing is he converted back into his beast mode, still on his rollerblades, and back skated off in his T-Rex mode. Really, really cool sequence. You got to check that out on Beast Wars, and you probably just pull it up on YouTube. Megatron was talking about his most devious plans and talking about how spiders spin their webs. And speaking of spiders spinning their webs, just got to get this gal in here. With the workmanship and the quality that I've seen so far with the Kingdom figures, these are must-own figures right here, because they're updated, great versions of Beast Wars characters, especially Miss Black Arachnia there. And that whole roller skating thing with the Transmetal was with these two right here. And this is, I'm so geeking out, man. So even still, one more comparison, then we're going to wrap this up. In the 10th anniversary Megatron, while it's not as tall, try to perfect the things that the one in the back there didn't get exactly, I don't know, right and articulated. It was the first step to getting it right and articulated. But this tail was removable of all of the three of them. And so was this tail. But this tail always liked to droop. So I'd like to see a more masterpiece version of those. And or I'd love to see some Kingdom versions of this guy. And then of the third mode of Megatron. If you guys haven't watched Beast Wars, I'm not going to spoil it for you. But you need to watch the Beast Wars on Tubi. Get caught up. I'm coming up on the 15-minute mark in 30 seconds. So, guys, I highly recommend if you can find him. He's one per case. He's with Optimus Prime repack of Earthrise. But this guy's worth tracking down and finding. I want to say it was like 087068644 for this guy. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I hope this has been a helpful, look back, see where we've been, see where we're going in 2021. Thanks again for watching. Till all are one, have a great night.